Ladies and gentlemen, kings and queens, future billionaires, closet geniuses, and serial procrastinators, I see you. Yes, you. The one who's been replaying the what-ifs in your head. The one who's been silently cheering others on while wondering if your own time will ever come. Welcome to your wake-up call. Not the kind that jolts you out of bed with a blaring alarm, but the kind that shakes your soul and whispers, it's your turn. Because today, I want to remind you of one simple, powerful, life-altering truth that could shift everything for you. You are not late to start. Let that settle. Take a deep breath. Really inhale that. Let it travel through your lungs and land deep in your spirit. Because I don't care if you're 18 or 81, bald or baby-faced, broke or bawling, confused or confident, renting a room or owning a penthouse, you are not late. You are not too far gone. You are not out of time. You might feel behind, but trust me, life is not some giant race to the finish line. It's not a game of comparison. It's not about who did what by when. Life is a personalized, tailor-made, one-of-a-kind journey designed just for you. And here's the beautiful part. You don't need to catch up to anyone. You're not in competition. You're not behind schedule. You're just at the beginning of a new chapter, one that only starts when you stop waiting for permission and start giving yourself the green light. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to do one thing. Begin. So let's start this off right, because your new beginning starts right here, right now. Let me ask you something. Who told you that you were supposed to have it all figured out by 25? Probably the same people who thought Pluto was a planet, fidget spinners were therapy, and eating Tide Pods was a flex. Yeah, let's not trust their timelines, okay? Some of us didn't find our passion at 16. We found pizza rolls, and that's okay. Do you know how many people peak after 40? Vera Wang designed her first wedding dress at 40. Colonel Sanders didn't start KFC until 65. You think you're late at 30? My brother in Christ, you're still preheating. Let's talk about a guy named Raymond Kroc. You might know him better as the guy who made McDonald's what it is. But here's the kicker. He didn't franchise McDonald's until he was 52. 52! Most of us start drinking prune juice at that age. So why are you stressing because you're not a millionaire by 28? Stop looking at your age like it's a deadline. It's a chapter. And some of the best books have plot twists at the end. Let's be honest. How many of you have delayed starting something because you thought it was too late? Raise your hand. Yep. I see you in the back too. Maybe you wanted to go back to school, learn a language, start a business, write that book, take up salsa dancing. But you told yourself, hey, I should have started 10 years ago. Let me hit you with some math. If it takes 4 years to get a degree and you're 40, then you'll be 44 with a degree. But if you don't start, you'll still be 44 just without the degree and with extra regrets. That thing you want to do, that dream haunting your mind at 3 a.m., the only thing standing between you and that dream is the belief that it's too late. And that belief is a lie. A slick, smooth-talking lie wearing a suit and holding a clipboard of excuses. It's better to be a slow beginner than a fast quitter. You see, it's not how fast you start, it's that you do start. Now, I'm not here just to tell you that starting late is okay. I'm here to tell you that starting late is a blessing. You know why? Because when you start later in life, you bring experience to the table. You bring scars, you bring stories, you bring wisdom. You've already learned what not to do. Let me paint a picture for you. Imagine a 19-year-old version of you trying to start a business. You probably would have spent all your seed money on a logo, business cards, and a gold-plated office chair. But now, you know how to stretch $1 further than your waistband after Thanksgiving.
That's power, baby.
People who start later are more focused, more intentional. They know time is valuable, so they don't waste it on the fluff. They move with urgency. They respect their purpose. They've failed enough to know what winning looks like. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, comparison. You see people on Instagram building empires, traveling to Bali, drinking smoothies that cost more than your rent, and you feel like a failure. But you're not seeing the whole picture. You're seeing the highlight reel. You're not seeing the tears, the debt, the therapy, the failed launches, the ramen noodles, the lonely nights, or the mental breakdowns behind those beach photos. You're comparing your behind the scenes to someone else's premiere night? Cut it out! Life is not a group project. Your assignment has nothing to do with their deadline. Stay in your lane, wear your blinders, and focus on building your legacy. Because when your time comes, and it's going to be tailor-made for you. Let's get practical now. Because motivation without action is just a good vibe with no results. So here's how you start, even if you feel late. 1, start small and be consistent. Don't wait for the perfect time. It's a myth. The perfect time is like a unicorn with Wi-Fi. It doesn't exist. Start today. Start messy. Start scared. Start broke. Write 1 paragraph. Make 1 call. Learn 1 word. Take 1 step. Consistency compounds. Small steps done daily turn into giant leaps over time. 2, use what you know. Don't underestimate what you've learned through life. That job you hated taught you patience. That heartbreak taught you empathy. That struggle taught you strength. Nothing is wasted. Use your past as a platform, not a prison. 3, ignore the naysayers. People will tell you, you're too old, it's too risky. You should have done this earlier. Smack those voices with love and silence. Because if they're not paying your bills, they don't get to write your story. And here's a funny truth. People will talk about you whether you fail or succeed, so you might as well give them something amazing to talk about. 4, track progress, not perfection. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be present. Document your journey. Celebrate small wins. Clap for yourself when nobody else is clapping. Become your own hype man, or woman, or panda. I don't know your style. Just remember, movement is progress. Progress is power. Let me tell you about some late bloomers. Grandma Moses didn't start painting until she was 78. Her paintings now sell for over $1 million. At 78, most people are painting walls with prune juice. She was painting history. Samuel L. Jackson didn't get his big break until 46. Imagine if he quit at 40, we'd have no Nick Fury, no snakes on a plane, no bad mother, you get the idea. Toni Morrison published her first novel at 40. She later won the Nobel Prize in Literature. Do you know what they all had in common? They started. That's it. They didn't let the clock define them. They let the calling drive them. This is the part where I get real with you. You're not late. You're not too old. You're not too broken. You're not too stuck. You are alive. That means God's not done. That means purpose still lives in your bones. That means there's still time to start the business, go back to school, fall in love again, write the book, lose the weight, learn the skill, forgive the past, and live fully. The only thing standing between you and your destiny is a decision. The decision to stop waiting for the right time and to make this the right time. Here's your permission slip to stop waiting. Yes, it'll be messy. Yes, you'll stumble. Yes, people might laugh. But laugh with them. You're building a life you're proud of. That's more than most people do. And let's be real, most of us didn't even start walking until we were 1. And when we did, we fell down a lot. But nobody said, well, that's it. Walking's not for you. You're a sitter now. No, we kept falling and kept trying until we walked. So why are you giving up now just because you're not perfect at something on day 1? Fall forward, fail fast, get up faster, just start. You're not behind, you're just warming up. So let me end right where I began with a truth you need to tattoo on your heart. You are not late to start. I don't care what society told you. I don't care what your classmates are doing. What your cousin just posted on social media. Or what some online guru said about milestones and deadlines. Life isn't about racing the clock. It's about honoring your calling. The clock doesn't control you. God's purpose in your life isn't on a stopwatch. It doesn't expire. It doesn't downgrade. It doesn't lose value. If anything, it matures like fine wine, waiting for the moment when you are ready to receive it. Life does not care how old you are, how many failures you've stacked, or how many detours you've taken. Life only cares how bold you're willing to be, how willing you are to ignore the noise, get back up and say, you know what? I'm starting anyway. Your journey is yours, completely original, beautifully flawed, and divinely designed. It doesn't have to look like theirs. Your timeline is not delayed, it's divine. Just because it's different doesn't mean it's broken. It means it's custom built. You are not behind schedule. You are not late. You are on God's calendar and His timing. Oh, it's always perfect. Not a second too soon. Not a moment too late. Just right. So go start that thing you've been dreaming about. Start the book, enroll in the class, launch the podcast, build the business, forgive the past, heal the pain, embrace the vision, speak the words, share the gift, open the door. Because when you finally stop waiting for the perfect time and simply begin, something sacred happens. That's when the magic begins. That's when heaven and earth align to support your steps. That's when you discover the power you've always carried. And that's when you realize you were never late. You were just getting ready. Now go make it happen. The world is waiting.